Hello, this is Audrey.
This is Paul. This is January 2019 technical track.
Week 4.
Yes.
The last week.
Stretch, compression, fun times. So today we added this idea of turning, which we defined as changing one partner's frame relative to the other one.
And the way we got here is we said that we want to be able to use stretch and compression for redirection and change in type of movement like speed and acceleration, things like that. And turning is a way we can do that. That's not just straight. So this, we said, yeah, we're turning on the floor, but relative to each other, we're not calling this a turning figure. This is a turning figure because our frames, our bodies are rotating away from each other in different ways. The same way that we said this is not rotation because we're still facing each other.
So if we also noted that using one hand, it's hard to figure out whether something is a movement or on the floor, like a displacement, versus turning.
If it has to do with the speed, we didn't exactly go into how you would distinguish that, but we said that if you, however, have a second anchor point, you can stop that side and that creates a turn. So again, showing from the other side, this is shifting. Second anchor point creates rotation. So that's one of the reasons two hands is easier than one, is you can create an anchor point on one side and change the type of movement or direction with the other side.
So we went into a couple of pass-bys with two hands and added some turning to that.
And if you remember our definition of a figure, it was any time you use stretch and compression to change the direction or the type of movement. This was one figure.
Two.
There. This is one figure. And this is two figures. Because we have a stretch and compression in the middle, which creates another figure.
In this case, our stretch compression did not just cause a redirection, it also caused a turn. You noticed.
Yep.
So one more time.
One figure, second figure, third figure. And we're obviously going somewhere with this. You don't have to. But we also said that because, remember last time we talked about, for the frame class, we talked about the request, the accepting and deciding of the action, and then the action. And that takes time, which is why stretch and compression is harder than just normal movement. And so we want to start this extra early compared to movement, starting to engage here. And then we also said the next principle, which is redirecting is easy when you are adding force to the side that you want to turn or change.
I.e., my foot needs to be free for that to happen, because we can twist all we want with the feet on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to emphasize when this happens, timing-wise. 3, build up tension. 4, now we've already both responded. Now we can do that turn. And this is just the lead initiating. Now the follow can initiate.
And again, the timing matters, because for a signal and then for the response of just engaging frame, right? We have relaxed hands to begin with, then the lead, in this case if it's lead initiated, engages the frame, and then I go, oh, me too.
Cool.
So that we can do stuff together.
And same way, follow engages first.
Which in this case,
I'm not engaging. I feel something. Oh, I'm going to push back.
looks the same but different. Then we added a second turn.
This was 4 figures total. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that last direction was adding a second compression built up on top. So we're going to go from this side and pause at the very end. 1. Here. We also have a compression that I've built up as a lead early, again, so that we have that call and response build up. Then we can add that turn. So we have an overlap of building up compression here and an overlap of building up compression here when this one finishes.
Which is why in two hands is easier than one, and we played around with that a little bit when we got to doing this figure, but only with one hand later on. You probably also noticed it when tempos were faster or slower. When you are asking for a frame earlier on this side, that means you can build up more of a frame, meaning you can do a snappier turn. If on the other hand, you are pretty late in asking for frame, basically right up until like you're about to do the turn, it either doesn't happen, it's late, or it's a slow turn because there's just not enough frame on this side to actually snap around safely.
And the final exercise was just combining lead's choice for compression, flipping, follow's choice with compression, flipping, two hands, one-handed, turn or not turn. I'm going to re-emphasize when you have one hand, you have to control both the anchor point and the rotation with one hand. And you need to switch between moving one side of the body, rapidly transition to giving force to move the other side of the body, whereas with two hands, you can have one doing each independent side, which makes it easier. And so here's what that looks like. So basic, we can use one hand, we can use the other hand if we want to, there's no real difference, build up the compression, and we can have that hit the microphone. And use that stretch to come back. And lead and follow can follow both of these, or lead both of it independently.
Thank you so much for working so hard this entire month.
Good
We had
work.
a lot of fun, and to dance with you soon.
Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.